the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
City News.
Hello, good afternoon and welcome to Citi Prime News. The news is live from our studio at Adabraka in Accra. My name is Zoe Abubeduado. Coming up, Ghana National Petroleum Tanker Drivers Union declares a sit-down strike as they demand improved conditions of service.
And we've written a petition to the presidency last week. We have a petition with the presidency to make sure or to let the board approve the framework, which till now we've not heard anything from the presidency.
Also coming up, National Association of Institutional Suppliers threatened to picket again as the Education Ministry delays in payment of outstanding arrears.
Payment is ongoing, but it's very slow. And per government's own promise, the final years, as we speak, they are still owing the final years, those in final year. Meanwhile, these things should have been paid by 10th of April.
Still to come, as the police probes violence that erupted at a registration centre at Kukum in the Ahafu region and the subsequent arrest of MP for Esutufi South, Collins Dauda, the NDC in the region demands fairness from the police service in their investigations.
If the Ghana Police Service fails to be fair and impartial in confronting the issue that happened in the Esutufi South, and I'm assuring every Ghanaian, when the clock turns, the oppressed will be oppressors.
And later, we'll take you to Mepe in the North-Ton district of the Volta region, where residents there are commending the Citi FM Foundation for the new Mepe Health Center.
So since we started operating, we've seen over 250 clients without announcement because certain things are not in place, and director is making all his possible best in order to put a lot of things in place.
This bulletin is also live across our partner stations. In the Western region, we're on Premier FM 100.5 FM in Takrady and Beach 105.5 FM in Takrady, Bono region. Greener FM 95.9 in Sunyani. Ashanti region, Orange FM 107.9 in Kumasi, Volta region. Akwini Radio 96.7 megahertz and Heritage FM 107.3 in Hohoi. In the northern region, we are on Dasuma 99.1 in Yendi, Upper East Word FM 88.3 in Zwarungu, Upper West Westlink 88.1 FM in Laura, and in the northeast region, we are on Eagle FM 94.1. Across the globe, we are live on citinewsroom.com.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Thank you so much for your time this afternoon. Now, the members of the Ghana National Petroleum Tanker Drivers Union have declared an indefinite sit-down strike demanding improved conditions of service. According to the drivers, an agreed policy framework aimed at enhancing their salaries and other working conditions has been on the table of the National Petroleum Authority Board since November last year without yielding positive results. The tanker drivers say they will not resume work until the document is approved. Sunday Alabi is the Vice President of the Ghana National Petroleum Tanker Drivers Union.
And we've written a petition to the presidency last week. We have a petition with the presidency to make sure or to let the board approve the framework, which till now we've not heard anything from the presidency. That is why we want to make this sit-down strike so that the government or the presidency will know that we are serious about what we are talking about. Because the livelihood of our drivers is so bad that we cannot talk anything about. So we want the drivers to live well. And if you watch, 50% of the incomes that comes, the tax that comes from to make the economy of Ghana, it comes from our industry, the downstream industry. So as a saying says, electricity no get leg, if it cable metal wire we carry them. The same way we can say, downstream does not have leg. It's tanker drivers that carry them. So we the tanker drivers cannot be suffering and the rest will be enjoying. So that's why we want the framework to be approved.
Okay. How long is this strike going to last?
As long as they resist to approve. If they approve it this morning, we'll go back to work.
You heard the voice of the Vice President of the Ghana National Petroleum Tanker Drivers Union, Sunday Alabi. In the Ashanti region, The Tanker Drivers Union have begun complying with the indefinite nationwide strike at the Kumasi depot of the Bulk Oil Storage and Transportation Company, BOST. Tanker drivers have parked their trucks as they fully comply with the directive by the leadership to embark on a sit-down strike. Edmund Baba is chairman for the middle belt of the Ghana National Petroleum Tanker Drivers Union.
The situation in Kumasi is not different from what is happening in the whole nation. As it stands, you can see how the whole place is. Hitherto, you would have come to see drivers here all over the place, but it's like because of the strike, everyone is at home. It is a serious thing, and actually everybody is serious about it. So we are on a sit-down strike.
So which of the products are we seeing to be affected?
Oh, it's all the product. Anything that is highly inflammable. We talk about diesel. Petrol, gas, bitumen, and what have you. Anything that is highly inflammable, that is transported by tanker. The anticipated effect, as you know, is that tanker, as you see, you know, we are one of the holders of the economy. If only the government doesn't listen to what we are talking about, you know what will happen if the country runs dry. I say it when the country runs dry because if tankers stop, since we have stopped supplying, at a time and point, the filling stations will run out of fuel. So at that moment, we say the country has run dry.
Edmund Baba is chairman of the middle belt of the Ghana National Petroleum Tanker Drivers Union in that interview with our Ashanti regional correspondent, Hafiz Tijani. The Opposition National Democratic Congress in the Ahafo region has called on the police service to be fair in their investigations into the violence in the ongoing voter registration exercise at Kukwom in the Isunafo South District. Speaking at a press conference at MIM, the Ahafo Communication Director of the NDC, Aprekolate, called on the police to be fair as they investigate what led to the disturbances in the ongoing registration exercise. He noted that the party will also resist any attempt by people who want to transfer their votes to the Ahafo region.
And we are assuring them, if the Ghana Police Service fails to be fair and firm, impartial in confronting the issue that happened in the Asunafu Southeast, and I'm assuring every Ghanaian, when the clock turns, the oppressed will be oppressors. Demand from the Ghana Police Service. We demand the immediate arrest of the regional minister for the Ahafo region, because he was also present. He had a chat with he had a meeting with the anointing-led task. We demand the immediate arrest for the DC and the MPP parliamentary candidate for Asunafo South. He was part of the meeting that ensued between the regional minister and the task. We demand Ghana Police Service unreservedly apology and a retraction for linking the great NDC with the vigilante group as claimed on their charge sheet. We are also using your medium to caution those people because we have gathered some intelligence that some people are massing, lacing their boots to transfer their votes from particularly Ashanti region to Ahafo. We are warning them. We'll be waiting for them. We will not sit in Ahafo for somebody to come from Ashanti region and elect our MP for us.
Aprekolate is the Ahafo Communications Director of the National Democratic Congress, NDC. The National Democratic Congress is accusing the National Identification Authority of issuing Ghana cards to illegal registrants in the Pusiga constituency. The party said a decision by the NIA to carry out a special Ghana card registration exercise in Pusiga a few days after alleged irregularities were uncovered there is suspicious. Deputy Director of Elections of the NDC, Rashid Tanko Computer, called on the NIA to immediately halt the alleged illegality in the registration process with immediate effect.
Just last week, we held a press conference addressed by our General Secretary, and we indicated that people are abusing the Ghana card being issued by a National Identification Authority. An example is what happened at Pusiga, where an electoral officer, Al-Hassan Mwalu, was arrested for using one Ghana card to register over 20 people. In fact, just yesterday, the Electoral Commission admitted to it in a statement that fake Ghana cards were being used to register as voters. And they issue statement based on Al-Hassan Muazu arrest. Now, with this, coming on the heels of this, the National Identification Authority will quickly issue a statement that they are going on the border towns around Pusiga specifically to issue Ghana cards to them that they are doing pilot work with IMA, that is International Organization of Migration. But my dear, what are we doing to our democracy in Ghana? Why are we doing this to ourselves? When we know that it's left with 7 days, in fact, as of today, it's left with 6 days because the registration will end on 27th. Then you said you are issuing Ghana card on 20th to 31st. What is that? What is the meaning of this? They should stop it immediately.
The party also says it has instructed its agents to monitor the exercise closely in the area to fish out the illegality in the process.
We have given them instruction to make sure that they challenge whoever is coming from that window, whether the person is holding Ghana card or not. They should challenge them. Which is because the Ghana Electoral Commission itself has agreed that there are fake Ghana cards in the field. In their statement, I didn't write the statement, they wrote the statement that there are fake Ghana cards. And so we have instructed our agents to continue to challenge all people, suspicious characters who are holding Ghana cards. They should challenge them. And we'll square them out at the District Registration Review Committee.
Deputy Director of Elections of the opposition NDC, Rashid Tanko Computer. From the NDC, we turn attention to the NPP, where its national youth organizer, Salam Mustafa, has assured Ghanaian youth that they will not regret voting for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. According to Salam Mustafa, Dr. Bawumia is committed to the needs of the Ghanaian youth and will deliver on his promises if voted into power. Addressing residents of the Northern Region at the Youth Connect platform as part of Dr. Bawumia's tour, Salam Mustafa urged first-time voters to register and vote massively for Dr. Bawumia.
My friends and my colleague young people, our country is looking up to us, and history beckons that we have a sacred responsibility to deliver for our country. We cannot fail our motherland, we cannot fail our nation, and we cannot fail ourselves. We have to ensure that we vote for a visionary to continue to lead this country and take us to the next level, and that is His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. If we are able to campaign to our friends, our colleagues, our parents, everybody, this dream will become a reality. And I can assure you, no one will regret voting for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia because he's an honest man. He's a visionary. He's a hard worker. He believes in the youth and will continue to work in the interest of the young people of this country.
You heard Salam Mustafa. He's the national youth organizer of the New Patriotic Party. Now, the executive director of the Africa Education Watch, Kofi Asare, has described as inaccurate claims by Cocoa Board that its decision to terminate its scholarship scheme was due to the impact of the Free Senior High School initiative. According to Mr. Asare, the Cocoa Board scholarship in its current state had outlived its usefulness and had failed to target the intended recipients for the award scheme. Mr. Asare, however, described as prudent the government's decision to scrap the scholarship and replace it with the Cocoa Board Education Trust aimed at providing primary school infrastructure in underserved cocoa growing communities.
I don't think that because of Free Senior High School, the scholarship should be truncated. I think it should be truncated because it has outlived its usefulness because it's not been effective in targeting. Okay, it's been abused and it's not been transparent, managed, and people who are not cocoa farmers or the awards have benefited in the past and at present. The reality is that, yes, we have Free Senior High School. Get fund is giving scholarships to secondary school students. Government is giving scholarships to secondary school students. Africa Education Watch, we are giving scholarships to secondary school students. It is not true that Free Senior High School intervening alone is a reason for cancelling the Cocoa Board scholarship because there are still costs that maybe students need some support to be able to access and remain in school. If that hypothesis is the basis for cancelling the Cocoa Board scholarship, then the Cocoa Board should review that. They will have to appreciate that the
Kofi Asare is the Executive Director of Africa Education Watch. You are still listening to Citi Prime News. My name is Zoe Abubedu Ado. We are coming to you live from our studio at Adabraka in Accra. Still to come, National Association of Institutional Suppliers threatened to picket at the Education Ministry delays in payment of outstanding arrears. We'll give you the details after this break. Please stay with us.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Citi TV is live on DSTV, GoTV, and HD+. On DSTV, find us on channel 363. On GoTV, we're on channel 117, and on HD+, get us on channel 108. On a digital TV, run a new search, but take note that without an antenna, you cannot access Citi TV. Citi TV can be accessed on any free-to-air digital box like the GoTV and HD+ boxes. Citi TV, it's your world.
Are you a JHS student in Ghana? Are you a wordsmith with a passion for development? Do you have a way with words that captivates and inspires? If so, then join the Literacy Challenge 2024 now. The nationwide search for the most outstanding junior high school students in Ghana is on. Do you think that it could be you who goes home with 10,000 Ghana cities and a glitzy trophy? Then, in not less than 600 words, write about the role of the youth in shaping the future of Ghana. What changes would you like to see, and how can young people contribute to making them happen? Script must be in your own handwriting. Script must be endorsed by parents. Add your full contact details. Deadline, Saturday the 13th of July 2024. Submit entries to the front desk of Citi TV and Citi FM, or mail them to P.O. Box GP 14123 Accra Central. For enquiries, call 0205 973 973. The Literacy Challenge 2024 is powered by Citi TV, supported by Citi FM, and is sponsored by Ghana National Gas Company, Alive Soap, and Fortune Spread.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
You all come back. The Deputy Minister for Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration, Kweku Amprechum Sapong, says the UK government can take action against Ghana for owing £20 million in congestion charges. According to the Deputy Minister, no diplomatic mission pays taxes. Hence, the defect in the UK system must be corrected. The congestion charge, launched in 2003, levies a £15 daily fee on most motorists to drive into the busy streets of central London between 7 a.m. and 6 p.m. on weekdays, and from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. on weekends and bank holidays. According to the Transport Department of London, most embassies in London pay the charge, but a stubborn minority refuse to do so despite demands made through diplomatic channels. Reacting to the matter, Deputy Foreign Affairs Minister Kweku Amprechum Sapong holds a strong view that Ghana can't be sanctioned for the debt owed.
So for it to accumulate, the figure you are quoting is true, and for it to accumulate to that, it means it is something that has been ongoing for all this while. And if it is something that was enforceable and that the British authorities can prosecute, they would have prosecuted long time, because 20 million you are mentioning is a huge sum of money that probably has been running for over 10 years. So why haven't they been able to take action for the last 10 years? So it goes to support the point that I'm making, that conversion charge is seen as a form of a tax. And by convention, embassies are not supposed to be paying taxes. If they do pay, they can go back and get a reimbursement. Have to also cross-check whether there has been any letter written to them making a demand. But even there's a letter written, I will not be surprised, because almost every mission in the UK is not paying the congestion tax.
That was the Deputy Minister for Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration, Kweku Amprechum Sapong. Now, President Akufo-Addo says he's proud of his achievements in the last 7 years. Nana Akufo-Addo says the modest gains under his tenure remain unprecedented under the Fourth Republic. Speaking at the swearing-in of new ministers and deputy ministers at the Jubilee House, Nana Akufo-Addo said the government has achieved much despite current economic challenges.
that in all modesty, I'm exceedingly proud of my record in office and the considerable achievements that have been recorded in all sectors of national life these last 7.5 years, one or two of which have been very difficult as a result of global developments. Whether it is in the management of the national economy, in education, healthcare, roads, railways, digitalization, infrastructural development, agricultural and industrial transformation, the protection of Ghana's territorial integrity and security, the fight against corruption, the battle against environmental degradation, the response to the COVID-19 pandemic, entrenching the tenets of good governance and the rule of law, contributing to the attainment of regional and continental integration and unity, being at the forefront of the growing demand for the reform of global governance institutions, or in advocating respect for international law and multilateralism. The record is there for all to see. And I believe it is one which in all humility is at the least the equal of any in the history of the Fourth Republic. I can say in all good conscience.
President Akufo-Addo also described Mr. Kwesi, the driver at the Jubilee House who lost his life in an accident at the Bonsu Junction in the Eastern Region over the weekend, as a faithful servant at the presidency. Nana Akufo-Addo says the accident was an unnecessary one and also wished the other 3 security personnel currently on admission at the University of Ghana Hospital a speedy recovery. Speaking at the swearing-in of the new ministers, he'd prayed for the soul of Kwesi to rest in peace.
I would, with your indulgence, ask you to be upstanding, to join me in a minute's silence in memory of an employee, a faithful employee of the President's, Mr. Kwesi Atta, who died tragically in an unnecessary accident this week in the line of duty. I wish the other 3 affected persons speedy recoveries. May the soul of Mr. Kwesi Atta rest and abide peacefully in the bosom of the Almighty until the last day of the resurrection, when we shall all meet again. Amen.
That was President Akufo-Addo. Away from that now, the National Association of Institutional Suppliers is threatening to picket over the slow payment of the arrears by the government. The group previously protested last month due to delays in arrears payments but suspended the action following assurances from the Minister of Education. However, they now lament that the payments have not been as regular as promised. In an interview with Citi News, the spokesperson for the group, Emmanuel Aibo, stated that a date would soon be set for the picketing.
Payment is ongoing, but it's very slow. And per government's own promise, the final years, as we speak, they are still owing the final years, those in final year. Meanwhile, these things should have been paid by 10th of April. And today is, I think, about 21st of May. Those in final years, they are still owing some. And we have seen inconsistencies in the payment. And again, we've also realized that they are not paying systematically. They are skipping some of the batches. And this is making it difficult for us as suppliers to track how much they have actually paid. We have actually tried to engage the minister, but the minister, after picketing, wasn't happy with, as he said, we have crossed the line picketing against him, and he doesn't want to meet us. And that is the challenge. So we don't have any option now than to go back to our industrial action. Yesterday we were supposed to be at the police station, but so just very soon, because we don't intend to waste time. Very soon, as soon as we get there, the police give us the signal.
Emmanuel Aibo is the spokesperson for the National Association of Institutional Suppliers. The Locked Up Investment Holders Forum says it will go ahead with the planned picketing at the Finance Ministry on Wednesday unless the ministry provides a favorable response to the demands made. The group is demanding financing assurances from the Finance Ministry to enable the Bank of Ghana pay the funds locked up in defunct financial institutions. The Bank of Ghana revoked the licenses of over 400 financial institutions between 2017 and 2019, leading to the locking up of deposits. Dr. Edouard Anientwi is the convener for the Locked Up Investment Holders Forum.
When we picketed the ministry last Wednesday, which was 15th May, the Deputy Minister for Finance, Dr. Stephen Amor, assured us that the ministry was going to give us a response as soon as possible. We told the minister our plan is to come there every Wednesday. And so if we hear from the ministry, we got a positive response from the ministry before the next Wednesday, then we will not come. If we don't hear or get any positive response from the ministry, we're going to come the next Wednesday. Today is Monday, the 20th of May. We haven't received a response from the ministry. We will wait. If we don't receive a response today, we don't receive a response tomorrow, then Wednesday, 22nd May, we would be there at the ministry to continue with the picketing and do so every Wednesday until we receive a favorable response to our petition.
You heard Dr. Edouard Anientwi, who is the convener for the Locked Up Investment Holders Forum. Now, students of the Ghanaian Students Association in Morocco says they are steadfast in their decision to picket at the Ghanaian Embassy in Morocco, despite being advised to wait for feedback by the end of May. These students, including undergraduates, master's students, PhD candidates, and postdoctoral researchers, have been severely impacted by a delay in the release of their stipends, which has lasted over 10 months. In an interview with Citi News, the Sports and Cultural Secretary of GASAM, Emmanuel Akong, expressed deep concern over the accommodation challenges and urgently called on the government for assistance.
So we haven't heard anything from the Secretariat or from the government. We haven't heard anything from the government. So if we are being evicted from our various apartments and stuff, we have it in mind, the embassy is our home. So we are going to sleep over there. So we hear something good from the government. The embassy is saying we should wait till the end of the month. But most of the students said they've already purchased their ticket, of which they can't change the date or something like that. So, like on the 23rd, they will still be there. We don't have anywhere to sleep. Most of us don't have anywhere to sleep. Most of us don't have anywhere to sleep. Most of us, some are sleeping in churches, and me myself, I am pairing with a friend, a Nigerian friend. So we made it in mind that if there are no money, the embassy is our home, so we're going to sleep over there. So we hear something good or a good news or something like that.
Emmanuel Akong is the Sports and Cultural Secretary of the Ghanaian Students Association in Morocco. Now, residents in Mepe in the North Tong district of the Volta region say the new Mepe Health Center, which began operations barely a month ago, is serving its intended purpose. This comes after the facility successfully conducted its first delivery on Saturday, May 18th. The health center, which was built by the Citi FM Foundation in collaboration with the Ghana Chamber of Mines, was commissioned in April this year to support flood victims in the area. Physician assistant in charge at the newly built Mepe Health Center, Ebenezer Azenyoku, in a Citi News interview said over 250 patients have so far visited the facility.
This facility, Mepe Health Center, we started active service on the 7th of this month, that is May 2024. So since we started operating, we've seen over 250 clients without announcement because certain things are not in place, and director is making all his possible best in order to put a lot of things in place. So now that certain things are in place, we are here to make announcements so that people will start patronizing us. Even the absence of announcement, people are coming here. We attended to over 250 clients without announcement, and then most of them complained that previously, before the start of this facility, they used to travel to the Doma Government Hospital, Dover Health Center, in order to access health care. But now that we have a facility in their hometown, they choose this place over other facilities because of the good customer care we give them.
That was the physician assistant in charge at the newly built Mepe Health Center, Ebenezer Azenyoku. Meanwhile, Assembly member for the Mepe electoral area, Amos Ahosobolo, is urging his people to patronize the health center.
Recently, Citi Foundation and the Chamber of Mines came and constructed a health facility for us, a clinic. And it's serving the intended purpose because recently I heard that a baby has been given birth to in the facility. So my encouragement to my people is that let us all continue patronizing the facility to continue serving it in intended purpose. That will help.
That was the Assembly member for the Bepe electoral area, Amos Ahosu Bolo. That's how we end Citi Prime News, which has been live from our studio at Adabraka in Accra. Log on to our website, citinewsroom.com, for more news. My name is Zoe Abubedo Ado. Many thanks for your time this afternoon.
Citi News, we speak first. Reach our hotline on 0302-224959 and get interactive on Facebook, Citi 97.3 FM, and on Twitter at Citi 973. Citi TV is live on DSTV, GoTV, and HD+. On DSTV, find us on channel 363. On GoTV, we're on channel 117, and on HD+, get us on channel 108. On a digital TV, run a new search, but take note that without an antenna, you cannot access Citi TV. Citi TV can be accessed on any free-to-air digital box like the GoTV